Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of the Bear Facts. I'm Kyle Lacey from ExactTarget, and you see Jay Bear over there in not the Convince and Convert headquarters. Jay, where are you?
It looks like I'm like in the locker room of the Indiana University Hoosiers with this crimson and cream stripe behind me. But in fact, I am in the Mirage Hotel in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I got here just off the plane from Indy this morning. It's later my time, of course, 3-hour time change. The only restaurant open here at the Mirage was Carnegie Deli. So I just ate, like, no joke, like 2.25 pounds of pastrami.
Hey,
So if this is not the best Bear Facts ever, it should be, because I am like up to here on the pastrami scale.
I went to Melt, if you've ever been to Melt in Cleveland, and I got a War Cuban or something, and it was pork belly, roast beef, ham, 2 fried pickles, and Swiss cheese and honey mustard, and I about died. I only ate half of it. It's
You almost hit
unbelievable.
for the animal cycle on that. If you had a little foul on that, you would have covered all your bases.
So I'm coming at you from Cleveland. I was in Pittsburgh this morning, so we're making the north central east kind of tour here with the
So
West Coast.
this week you got to go to Cleveland and Pittsburgh, and I get to go to Las Vegas and NOLA.
Screw
I'm
you.
liking my itinerary better.
Screw you. All right, so today's topic is a new feature that Twitter released or might release.
It has released.
Has been released. It's now you have the ability to direct message people on Twitter even if they're not following you. So if you're not familiar with Twitter, which everybody on here should be, but if you're not, you can't. In the past, you couldn't direct message people who weren't following you. So it kept the spam level down a little bit, I think, and it just helped in terms of communication. But apparently, they released a new feature which allows everybody to direct message everybody. Jay, am I right or wrong on that? And what do you think?
Well, you're partially right. The one important caveat there is that you have to opt into the program. So I can choose to allow people to direct message me without me following them back. I probably wouldn't do that. I get enough kind of weird Twitter spam as it is. But maybe I would, just to experiment with it. So you do have to opt in, which is a very important point. So the theory is that people will start to use Twitter even more sort of in place of SMS, or maybe even in place of sort of person-to-person email. And I suppose that could be true, especially in a mobile environment where it's not any harder to DM somebody than it is to send them an email. But where I think this is particularly interesting is for social media customer service, where, of course, the playbook is somebody has a complaint, and you say, okay, DM me your contact information, and we'll figure it out, and we'll look it up, or what have you. This way, you can actually close that circle without taking the step of following back. So from a brand perspective, and sort of using Twitter as a customer service tool, I think it's really, really smart. And it's not going to be an earth-shattering change, but it does speed up that process a little bit, which I think will be really good. As an individual who gets a fair amount of interaction on Twitter, I don't know. I mean, that ability to kind of have that kind of walled garden and say, look, there's a circumstance, there is a thing where only certain people can reach me, I think is actually kind of attractive. And it's one of the things I've liked about Twitter direct messages is that, yes, I follow whatever it is, 22,000 people, but still that's fewer than everybody.
Yeah, that's true. It's amazing to me because I get all these direct messages, and I feel like people have Google alerts on my name because they always send me these DMs saying you really should check out this article that I saw you in, or check out this picture I found of you, or so that was a really bad joke to say.
Don't
Do
click
not
on
click
those.
on those
Don't
links.
don't click on those. Don't
Those-
tell people to click on those.
So
Yeah,
people, they're spam.
Yes, there's a lot of crazy spam. And what's actually strange is that the Twitter spam is not very creative, right? It's always like, ha, 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 have you seen what people are saying about you? And it's never like, hey, here's, Betty White and Bette Midler going at it. Like it's never like a TMZ headline. You would think if you're going to be in like the professional spam business that you would actually do some headline testing. Because that's what we need to do. We need to do a Bear Facts on A/B and optimization testing for Twitter spammers because they're just not doing it.
Hey, if our clients can send millions of different segmented emails based off of subject line, a spammer could figure out how to subject line test a damn DM.
You need to get the product marketing team on top of that.
Seriously.
Twitter DM A/B testing.
That's another edition of Bare Facts. Thanks, Jay.